And here at 174, a big championship. Robert Kokesh from Nebraska, last year's champion, up against Penn State's Matt Brown 2 years ago, the Big Ten champion. Kokesh beat Logan Storley, three-time All-American, on his way in the semis. And so Robert Kokesh, undefeated, ranked #1 in the nation, going for his second in a row.
These two guys are so similar, Tim, in the way they get off on their offense and their physical style. They're mature guys, but you know, top 4 guys in the country represented here in this conference at this weight class. 2 returning champions, Big Ten champions, and high-placing All-Americans.
Well, it's been exciting so far, and for wrestling fans, you want to link into nr4w.com. They have a goal of registering 1 million wrestling fans. So if you're a fan, go to NR4W, the National Registry for Wrestling, nr4w.com. Log on and sign up. Let's get 1 million fans watching wrestling every time it's on TV. Robert Kokesh, old school, just a tremendous competitor. Mark Manning says he's just the top competitor he's ever had. From a farm in South Dakota, he went home at fall break, came back, and Coach Manning said, "You look a little tired, Robert." And he said, "Yeah, Dad had me set 100 posts out on the farm." And so at fall break, he was setting posts, and he's going to go back and be a cattle rancher once he's done. He's going to stay another year at Nebraska, work with the team, and then plans to head back to the farm.
Well, driving a steel fence post, there's about a 25-pound apparatus that you're slamming down. It's just like, it works well for collar ties, okay?
Yes. Kokesh won 10-7 over Brown on January 27th, 2013, and he won 3-2
takedown
a month ago, and then he carries it on. Big takedown here. So their previous meetings, Kokesh is 2-0 against Brown.
And a chance to see the replay on that, potentially that nice near arm far leg Kokesh hit. So going off the wrist tie, I think he was able to go to the fireman's carry, all right, all the way with the fireman's carry, just old school, just a straight inside tie and fireman's carry, catching Matt Brown stepping into that.
Mark Manning in the corner, along with his associate head coach Brian Snyder, 4-time All-American for Nebraska.
Kokesh not going to get a lot of riding time on Brown. Pretty effective getting out from underneath. And he got to this position much the way we saw him win in the match against Evans at the Penn State duel, where he was able to ride Evans for a significant amount of time. No takedowns in the match. You know, we've also got a match over here with Evans and Storley that is no
significance
score.
For the title. Iowa trying to pick up an extra point with a win here. Evans was defeated by Matt Brown again in the semifinals.
So, you take a look at these top 4 guys represented, you know, in the placing matches and in the finals. Top 4 ranked guys in the country.
Kokesh, the returning Big Ten champion for Nebraska, was a 3-time South Dakota State champion, 2-time All-American, finished 4th last year, 3rd the year before, all at 174.
.30 seconds left. You can see how that Kokesh has been controlling that left or right hand of Brown's. If he doesn't like the tie that he has, he'll circle back out of it. He's tying up the wrist, and it's really slowing Brown down right now. That over wrist grab right there is an excellent defensive move. Now a nice sweep single there by Brown.
This would be big if he could score at the end.
He went off the mat, but you can tell he was awful close with that. Good work. Again, with the short time, you want to try to get it done as quickly as possible, as opposed to maybe pulling him back to the center of the mat.
Jeff Cook is the head official. We're right around the weight classes where Penn State was so dominant the last 2 4-timers before Logan Stieber, with David Taylor, Ed Ruth at 165, 184. Matt Brown, kind of a remnant from that murderer's row there. And good look at Kokesh coming on top of Matt Brown. And of course, Ed Ruth and David Taylor now wrestling internationally and getting ready for the April 11th and 12th World Cup in Los Angeles, and then the World Championships USA Wrestling's putting on September 7th to 12 in Las Vegas. And so finding out more about those great events in the USA, put on by USA Wrestling, the World Cup and the World Championships, go to usawrestlingevents.com. That's usawrestlingevents.com.
Escape by Brown there. And Kokesh not trying to ride for him. That's one of his skills, and this tells you how effective that Brown has been in the bottom position. So if he can get some activity going on the feet, make this more match. Again, he's having difficult time clearing his hands. All right, that wrist is all tied up right there. And
Matt Brown's had a tremendous year. He's 24-2, and his only 2 losses have come to Virginia Tech's Zach Ippery and then Kokesh, January 2nd.
Straight single leg by Brown. I believe he's also a member of the Nittany Lion ROTC.
Yeah, tremendous young man that started at Iowa State, came with Cale Sanderson, who's now record of being an undefeated college athlete, is still on okay, because there's never been one that went 5 years undefeated. And Bo Jordan was undefeated through his redshirt year and this year until the Big Ten championship match that was just done.
That's confusing.
Yeah, Cale Sanderson lost as a redshirt.
Okay, so nice sweep single there by Brown. He's got an opportunity to go ahead and put some weight on his right leg if he could do that, but Kokesh was able to pass the leg to the far side. Now that's close to being a fall. The referee is not very close to getting down there and taking a look at that, but Brown is trying to put weight on that leg. Again, 15 seconds left. That looks like a good scramble by Kokesh to find himself now head up in an advantage situation for Kokesh now of Nebraska. He turns the right direction and he's going to get the 2.
Kokesh gets the 2. Wow, that's right at the end of the period.
That was so well done.
Mat number 1.
So well done. We're going to get an opportunity, a little blood time, maybe to take a good look at this replay. But look at this right here. Little hip separation. And watch how he just keeps his head up, all right? He didn't worry about holding on to the leg. He keeps his head up, like I talk about incessantly. But really, if you keep your head up in that situation, you're in the best position to be able to cover and score.
So it's 4-2. Kokesh chooses down to begin the 3rd period. He's out in front 4-2. Matt Brown is riding a 12-match winning streak entering these finals against Kokesh, and he finds himself behind 5-2.
Tim, that was a really good shot by Brown, and for Kokesh to come out of that and get the points at the end of the period. Again, unanswered points are huge. You know, I don't see Brown's skill set being not much of a throw guy. Now a counter shot by Kokesh, and close to getting the points. These 2 guys go at it right there. Ankle to face to shoelace. Kokesh trying to lift that leg over the top, and they're.
Do you see how close Kokesh, or how fast Kokesh got under the arm?
For a while, the clock stopped. And that's what Cale Sanderson is talking about too. Is that
and there's Cale right there, 159-0 as a wrestler at Iowa State, 4-time NCAA champion, and the coach of the last 4 Big Ten champion team and NCAA champions. They won't be the Big Ten champions this year.
Low single leg shot by Kokesh. He's dropping in. Now he gets his head in a better position. He's going to switch off to double leg, looking to scoop the leg, and
he just got it going. Robert Kokesh, Nebraska, out in front now, 7-2.
Well, he wrestles well with the lead, Tim. We've seen this before where he's tough in the top position, but he's just picking Brown apart on the counter shots, and Brown's coming at him right there. Nice work, but you saw how he got that wrist tied up one more time. See how he's got that wrist tied up. Brown is totally uncomfortable with those wrist ties. I like that, tying up the arm below the elbow if you're trying to hold the lead.
Mark Martin of Ohio State.
Short time, 25 seconds left in the 3rd period. And Matt Brown from Penn State finds himself trailing the number 1 seed, who jumps right in there for another single leg shot.
Best defense, score and keep scoring, all right? And that's what Kokesh is learning. You know, he was in the national semifinals or quarterfinals. I can't wrestle in Storley and lost a close one on the last second takedown, and maybe lost his aggressiveness a little bit in that match. but we haven't seen any evidence of that this year. Been aggressive all the way through his matches.
Matt Brown has been making the attempts. He's been getting after it, and he doesn't get the takedown. It's 7-3. The winner, Robert Kokesh from Nebraska. There's Brian Snyder, the associate head coach. They've got a champion, and it's the senior, hardest worker that Mark Manning has ever had as a head coach. He ends his career as the two-time Big Ten champion, Robert Kokesh.